Greetings from California. I hope this afternoon finds you well. We're going to start off with a few hot topics as everybody shimmies on in the room. Doubling down with the Derrico star says filming for season 6 is underway. Y'all have 16 children. What else were you going to do? Yeah, you're going to get divorced. He's paying $4 in child support. You better stay on that show and you better pray people keep watching. 16 kids. I don't know what you would do for money. I'm confused. What I'm also confused about is for the first time in my life, I disagree with Keke Palmer. Now, if you hadn't seen that picture of Angela Simmons in that bath of Oreos, you ain't going to see it here. But apparently Angela Simmons is selling a cake mix. And it's available at Slaughter Vegan. So to advertise this, she's in a bathtub covered in Oreos. I feel like that's an advertisement for Oreo. It don't make me want your cake or beignet or whatever. But then again, as we've said before, you have the sex appeal of a potato. But Keke Palmer gonna defend her sisters even when they look foolish in their 40s. Excuse me. And speaking of looking foolish, the Game is about to lose his Calabasas mansion because according to all hip-hop, court documents are proving that the lady that has sued him has not only looked into the deed owner, she says that the Game has transferred his property to WAC 100 and is hiding the property, and she is now going to seize it after she seized his publishing and his label. She said, you're going to be homeless and hopeless as a penny with a hole in it. And speaking of hopeless as a penny with a hole in it, Tamar Braxton's fiance, Colonel Sanders, has been arrested for DUI in Georgia. Now, I want to know, y'all got Uber money. Why do you insist on getting behind the wheel? Why? I mean, Justin just got arrested. They out here picking up white men now. Shoot. Them police said them tickets is just as good. Maybe they got a bonus system for them now. I don't know. But they need to watch out because we've been looking. And speaking of been looking, Simon has been looking into Portia's past because during the deposition for this divorce for a 20-minute marriage, I just don't know why there's so much fuss over a 20-minute marriage. No chitlins involved. But Simon wants to know the nature of her relationship with Nevadius Damon Cash, professionally known as Future. I'm surprised that's not her baby daddy. I mean, you know he can get you pregnant through osmosis. He can get you pregnant through a sneeze, if you please. So I'm sure, and then this is Portia. Portia jumped on Bolo on a cast trip. So I'm sure if Future, winked at her, she was leg up. Well, I don't even know how the camera angle is, so I'm going to try to get a leg up too much now. But I'm sure it was, up. And speaking of up, sales are about to be up for Misa Hilton's upcoming memoir. And girl, we wanted to hear from Kim Porter, but baby, we can hear from you too. Maybe you could get one of her diaries. I want to read that book cover to cover. I wonder who they'll get to narrate. Maybe Viola Davis. And speaking of, well, I don't know how to tie this one in, but I'm not surprised news. Julia Fox has come out as a lesbian, and after dating Kanye, I wouldn't want nothing to do with men either. I'd be like, I don't want nothing that reminds me of him. You know what? Puss. And speaking of puss, slinging it, flinging it, selling it, and melling it, Let's talk about Evelyn Lozada versus Jackie Christe. We're going to open up the lines. We're going to open up the lines because I just, what is the state of reality television? What is the state of basketball wives when we have Evelyn digging up a charge from 1987? Ladies, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. Everyone, feel free to join in. We want to hear your opinion here. Excuse me, I'm a little gassy. But really, in 1987, I was born in 82, and I am 41. That could be my younger brother. That's how old that charge is. That charge is still old enough to run for president. That charge can run. I want you to think about that. That charge can run for president. It is 2024. I loved also how on Twitter there was a collective, oh, because it's like really like slut shaming isn't a plot line in 2024. How'd your little ass get here?
Well, listen, if it's old enough, that charge is old enough for run for president, I just might vote for it with the choices that we have right now because I might be okay with it. It's looking kind of attractive at this point.
I was going to run for presidency, but as soon as I told the truth and was like, I ain't going to do nothing, I guess nobody wanted me to run.
But why is Evelyn acting like this? I would be embarrassed to bring this on the show. 1987.
Because she's a hateful human being, and I'm sorry, I thought she was the hoe of the show.
I mean, Tammy Roman said it best. You did fuck your way through 3 players associations.
Right. So why are you trying to bring up somebody else's past? I'm just waiting for the day that she gets canceled. Normally, I don't agree with cancel culture, but I'm so sick of seeing her evil behind get chance after chance after chance. I hope she gets canceled.
I honestly, this is the woman, this is what this heifer has been Teflon on VH1. I don't know whether it's because she used to eat Shawnee's coochie, but she said some stuff about God, who was it? Nothing New. Was her name Crystal?
No, it was
Cece.
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 That
She
was
said
close.
some like nail salon stuff
She
about
did.
and some other stuff about her. Then she said some stuff about OG, the thing with the gorilla emoji. And like people were upset about it, but I guess because it's such a ratchet show, like, and also OG was not likable. And them toes was hanging off them shoes.
Yeah, they were.
It was
They
that
were. It
two
was
things can be
happening.
true. They were mean girls, but you also didn't fit in.
Oh, I'm sorry. That just cracked me up because I thought of that picture of Toji. Oh my goodness.
But the thing of it is, well, first of all, I liked OG. I didn't at the beginning, but the more I got to know her on the show, I really liked her. And the way they treated her and Cece was just so disrespectful. But OG won my respect when she put Evelyn in that ditch.
Oh yeah, that was glorious.
Mm.
That was glorious. She just the way she side swooped, it was amazing. It was
It
beautiful.
it was, and I was like, but yet you say that you can fight. No, all you can do is yell and throw drinks.
And fall
Yeah,
into a ditch.
That's right.
you can sneak this. You can sneak get people, but you can't do a fair fight.
Mm-mm.
But I think it just shows how tired Basketball Wives is they need Royce back because it's like nobody cares what was going on back in 1987. And the truth is, in 87, we can't even prove that was fucking Jackie Christie. That could have been her older sister using her ID or her name.
Doesn't your
Exactly.
record get expunged by this point with hoeing? Like, doesn't it, like, you know, like what's the statute of limitations of slanging for Gene? You know what I mean? Like, let's, like, really, like, doesn't this fall off by now? Like,
And Evelyn, you have again 3 players associations. Come on, girl.
I mean, Jackie climbed the ladder and won. You know, she got wifed up and has had her disastrous, illustrious, you know, arc ever since. But what about Evelyn? Evelyn's still manless.
She stays a fiance.
Well, I think with her first marriage, when her husband outed her, I think a lot of men in the industry basically stayed as far away from her as humanly possible. But like a bad rash, she just keeps showing up.
Oh, wait, she didn't get married until Chad. That was her first boyfriend, the baby daddy.
Right. But no, I believe she was married. This was before Basketball Wives. She was married before because a lot of people did a deep dive. And the guy who divorced her was either a basketball or a football player. And he divorced her because she was a gold digger and he didn't want to be with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
She must have been a really bad one because plenty of those girls are and they stay married.
True.
No.
But I'm just... Go ahead, honey. No, honey, go ahead.
She just doesn't seem like a nice person, honestly, right? Like, that's kind of the over arc of Evelyn Lozada is like, you're just not a very nice person.
But yet she tried to have Yolanda fix her life, and that was a flop.
Ooh. Oh, that was hilarious.
I mean...
Oh, she's going to be a grandma. I just remembered. That's right.
And who's that daughter pregnant by?
I don't remember. I think an athlete.
I think it's her boyfriend.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it's an athlete. I forget. I just was like, whoop, grandma time. Abuelita time.
She's not a pleasant person at all, Evelyn. Like, Evelyn's the type of person where if I were to see her bleeding on the side of the highway, I would just like keep going.
Oh God, the game. She's pregnant by the game.
Oh
no. That's right. I heard.
Who's $6 million in debt?
I was about to say you just Well,
I'm sorry, 6.5 with interest.
Wow, this was the wrong time to have his baby.
It was never a good time to have his baby, but especially now.
You saw that
trying to seize his mansion. I just talked about it.
I know.
Yeah.
That's funny. Listen, inadvertent tie-in. I forgot, but I remembered.
Oh no, I love how the people in the news stay in the news, like going through these old episodes of Pop Roast. I'm seeing that. And,
yeah, really.
And speaking of the state of reality, so today it was on B. Scott and Page 6 that Phaedra Parks is in talks to come back to Housewives of Atlanta. And Candy says she has no interest in going back. So I guess, I mean, they're in a tough spot. Who else are they going to bring back? Everybody's begged begged on bended knee. I mean, they've tried to spread Andy's cheeks and lick the taint, begging so damn hard. So I guess the people are going to get what they want, but is it really what they want?
I think the show should be canceled at this point in time. I think all the Housewives shows, in my opinion, have run its course. That's just me. That's how I feel. I think that all of the shows, like, well, Housewives, I think they've ran its course because it's not fun anymore. It's gotten really dark, and I'm just sick of dealing with it and the same things over and over again.
I mean, you're
Dinner
not
on your
wrong.
vacation.
Well, I mean, you're not, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. A lot of the franchises, as especially as they age, are absolutely hitting points where it's either refurb, reboot, you know what I mean? Like Jersey's
Right.
in trouble. So I do agree, but I do think Orange County is gonna have a a messy. I'm looking forward to that one, believe it or not, because of the
Oh my God. Oh my God. I just realized, you know what? It's a refurb that these shows need, because here's the thing. We love watching the human condition.
yes.
And I would say from like these shows hit a sweet spot from season 4 to season 8, where we've gotten to know these people, we've fallen in love with them, and we really enjoy taking the ride of life with them. However, we've been doing this so long where it kind of gets repetitive. Sorry. What I think we need to do is throw in the breaking of the fourth wall, and season 4 we start dealing with how they deal with fame and we talk about it. It would be such a new aspect to these shows. Like
Yeah,
how we like they do it a bit on Girls Trip. I think
yes.
seeing them deal with their own celebrity and their own ego and really also get to say, but that's not who I am, even though it's like, bitch, that's who you are. And then reckoning with that, I feel it would make for a more well-rounded reality star, and it would be an honest and interesting part of the journey.
Well, I do think that they have to start doing that in order to keep it like authentic, because that's what happens, right? Alex, you and I were talking about this for highs and the low lows, like, a deeper dive discussion about how reality stars are now using bloggers, becoming friends with them to feed them
Ooh.
information, to leak things strategically, like their products, the businesses that they're pursuing, the appearances that they make, getting canceled, all of these things actually matter and do affect them. So I absolutely think that. And here's to bring it back to Phaedra. Are you going to finally talk about what happened and how you felt when you got kicked off and banished? Are you going to talk about it? Because I need to know.
She tried to talk about it on Girls Trip. I don't know if they showed it on Peacock, but from the preview that I saw when the show first started, there was a scene. I don't know if Bravo took it out. They probably did, where all of them were sitting at the table and she was crying and she was talking about how she got fired for something that she repeated. But they never showed it. It never aired on Bravo. That scene, I guess, is gone somewhere in the shadow realm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I think we did talk about this where it's kind of like, what, I don't know, maybe you can't, maybe the revisiting the past and talking about that is unnecessary. I think I know what scene you're talking about, and she's always kept it super brief. Do you know what I mean? So I've always
Mm-hmm.
just been kind of curious to hear a genuine answer, but that's also not Phaedra's style at
Yeah.
all,
Nope.
like, period. So, the more I contemplate that, I'm like, would I really get that though, ever? This is the woman that literally pretended she didn't know how far along she was. Like, what, just was comfortable with us thinking she was that stupid.
And
Um,
and Carlos is a man that would steal a story from somebody's mama.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's funny because I
Allegedly.
feel a little ambivalent about the news of Phaedra coming back. I was excited when the rumor was a little bit more beforehand with like Kenya and Phaedra, because they have previous beef about Apollo. Remember that inappropriate flirting? Was there a DM, a text, or whatever, like, so the two of
Right.
them reconnecting, I thought could have been more interesting. But at this point, like you said, Alex, they are in a bind. Like, what are you going to do? Not that Kenya was going to save, but now you got a weird hole in the cast, and and I do think she was boring as hell on Married to Medicine. I do think she was thoroughly entertaining on Traders. So I don't know.
Okay. And this is why I love to have an open forum. Because let me put the link in if anybody else wants to shimmy on in. You brought up a damn good point. She was horrible, horrific, ass, just booty, butt, booty. On Married to Medicine. I mean, it was a yawn. It was a train wreck because the conductor fell asleep and all the passengers were asleep and they didn't even feel anything when the train crashed because everyone was just out like a light. They were just under Phaedra's yawn spell. I mean, she gave us nothing but a fake boyfriend, nothing.
And a glittery bodysuit.
America event she went to take that damn picture, but ain't nobody buying it, heifer. Ain't nobody buying it. But on Traders, she reminded us that she is a star. On Traders, she was interesting and she held her own and she gave those Phaedra reads that we love when she really cut Dan down and said, "You can go to hell," and I mean that. And stood firm in her kitten heel. I was here for it. So I forgot that Phaedra has recently delivered. I was honestly disgusted because I was like, what the hell is she going to give? But maybe also now that the coin is right, she'll scare up a man.
That's what I'm saying. It could happen. She could, but Atlanta Housewives is a little bit more similar to Married to Medicine format than Traders. So that's why I'm concerned. But, this is also her opportunity to make a comeback.
True.
This is her chance to show that she's interesting and can do ensemble reality and be messy yet again. This might be her shining moment.
And Apollo seems like he's ready to come back on too. Remember he was doing all those interviews and all of that before he got arrested again.
Oh God!
I'm just saying that did happen recently.
Don't forget too, he was also caught cheating on his wife.
Shireen, yes, well, that's why he was arrested. There's some issues there, and that
if he goes back to jail the third time, I'm sorry, that's a bisexual.
Oh,
I'm sorry, if you going back at this age, you missed the bus. Because you went in real young. I know you tried it. I know what happens when men get alone. But if you going back, then you went and did 5 years after Phaedra, to get away from your kids. And now if you go back again, baby, you just going back for the bus. Back for the bus. Gay for the stay, back for the bus. I'm sorry, men that keep going to prison, they're back for the bus.
It's kind of like getting a athlete that's proven to have a solid career but has been injured and you just don't know how they're going to do, but you're in a desperate spot and this is what you could get.
Oh my God. So you're saying Phaedra's like the high school senior with the blown out knee.
Yeah.
But we've got one chance to win the varsity game. So we're gonna put you in, even though this is your glory days are behind you, and you've lost your scholarship.
And we don't know if that knee is gonna hold.
We know it's not. That knee has one game left in it.
Right? Like, here we go. It's a Hail Mary.
Yes. That's for bringing Phaedra back. Who's going to be center peach holder?
Because probably Portia is the way it seems like.
Fuck that.
No, I don't.
This.
She's too new. Like,
but
even
she's
though she's
not.
old, she's still too new. No, you've got it. Like,
Well,
she.
there's Drew,
Oh
and
God.
there's not Kenya,
Uh,
and there's
see, this
that
is giving
new
me indigestion.
I know. And there's and what was the new girl's name? Wait, Britt. There's she's the one that apparently is on the poster. That Sheree's not coming back.
No, I heard she was coming back, and then I
Is
heard
she?
Drew wasn't. Yeah, but I heard Drew, she didn't get a contract.
Well, Drew and
They need
Portia
to
are
give you a
beefing. I
con.
heard. I heard that Drew and
Yeah,
Portia are brewing up a storyline.
Mm,
yeah. Drew is coming back. Drew and Portia
okay.
are beefing. Drew is coming back.
They
I
want her and
don't.
Hot Mess Ralph because you know that divorce ain't tied up.
I was gonna say Floridian.
I can't stand Ralph, especially when he had the nerve to write a pamphlet. It was a pamphlet about being a step parent.
Oh my God, not the pamphlet. And
It
then
was
about being a step parent and then refuse to adopt the child after you promised.
And
right.
Drew hadn't even read the book. What are you people doing?
It's
Drew
not a
doesn't seem like a reader.
Drew seems kind of slow.
That's why I said she doesn't seem like a reader.
She just she irritates me. I'm glad Sanya's not coming back because she really got on my
Oh
nerves.
God. I forgot all about Sanya.
Because she's
That is
forgettable.
that I mean, so forgettable. And wasn't she on for 2 seasons?
She
Yes.
was on for 2 seasons, and
God.
all she talked about was her medal.
Oh, good. Yeah.
She got
She
pregnant, and
better.
then they said, "You're not coming back."
She was having thought she was gonna have a show baby.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because that was part of her storyline. I'm not ready for another one, but I forgot her husband's name. I remember the little kid's name, but not his. Anyway, and so then the next season, well, we're having it, and well, you're
Well,
having it
she
on
was
your own.
Ooh, somebody said I want Lisa Ray on RHOA. That's what would save RHOA, a C or a B list celebrity. I almost want to say I agree. Like, I'm looking forward to Jennifer Tilly coming on Beverly Hills. I feel like maybe having a celebrity behaving badly, like, and Lisa
Lisa
Ray will
Ray.
get you to fucking gether. Lisa Ray, like the way she
Mm-hmm.
cussed everybody out when her sister, the brat,
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
all that shit. I'm like,
She was
okay,
Brad
girl,
out.
she'll live out loud.
She was like, I'm not even gonna hide that I am pissed. Oh my lord, the way that played out on live TV. Lisa Ray is ready for real life. I agree. That was an excellent suggestion.
I'm
And
actually
she's Atlanta. And so I
true.
feel like too, we need somebody that like has their own money, that has their own stuff going on, that like would have an authentic relationship with the girls and kind of has that Candy Burris street cred where it's like Candy Burris was, famous in her own right before she got on the show. Like people knew who she was and she had the songwriting thing. I think we do need somebody like that to kind of anchor the show because like Portia, like everybody now, it's show made. Like, you weren't like Portia wasn't anything until Housewives of Atlanta made her. Like we need somebody that, was somebody before the show. I think a B-lister or a C-lister.
I actually am excited for Beverly Hills to come back because I'm excited to see Kyle and Dorit not be friends anymore.
Ooh, and
I can't wait.
single because she's been pretending to like that Jabba the Hutt for so long. I'm like, girl, I don't know how you can lie that good. You should have been an actress.
Well, I mean, I do believe the rumors that her and Mauricio hooked up.
They give me that marriage gives me open tea. I think also Kyle and Dorit hooked up. I think that was a throuple.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a throuple that happened out in Ojai or somewhere in the desert. They did some ketamine and they got it on. I could definitely see them doing that.
Because it was just so weird for me seeing her get so annoyed with Kyle, being friends with what's her face? I don't even know her name. And like she would just complain the whole episode. And I'm like, what's really going on here? What's the problem? So yeah, because I can't wait. And Alex, did you hear about Teresa?
What'd she say?
Oh no,
What did they
she was found out to have that she hired troll farms. They found out it was her.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised. She doesn't have anything else to do and she's a delusional nutbag. I mean that marriage shows you how delusional she is.
I was about to say, and she's
Mm.
married to somebody that's a delusional blood clot.
Like
Who?
A
really.
nut,
A blood.
yeah, it's a nut bag and a blood clot. They go hand in hand.
Oh my God.
Mm.
There is a hilarious clip today. I don't know if you sent it to me, psychic, but it was of Black Dolores at an interview and somebody asked her, "Oh, how's Polly?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, he's fine." And then she's like, "Wait, are you filming?" She's like, "Oh, can you re-ask me that?" And then she says, "Oh, he's fine. We're great." Like
I
just giving a completely different like emotional answer.
I saw that today. I saw it on Instagram and I busted out loud and started laughing.
That man don't love you. Like she gets these showmen. And I mean, at least they'll do something for her. They'll lease her a car, they'll build her a house. Never last though. I mean, one date seemed more interested in Frank than you. Let's just
Oh,
be honest. He was in there washing Frank's balls and didn't have time to look at your pussy. Now I don't know, that's weird to me. And now you've got this lobster who just wants to do business with you. He's like, even when I get divorced, I'm not gonna run out and get proposed to y'all. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe you need to find another way to because that shit can't be magically delicious. Imagine what that penis looks like.
no, that's okay.
Hey Alex, hey everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hope everyone is well. Just wanted to jump in the chat, say hello. Just also shout out to everyone. Shout out to Alex and Chris. Guys, please support the GoFundMe in the link. The link to the GoFundMe is in the description, I think, in the chat. So please support Alex and Chris. Just wanted to give my thoughts. Calling from Australia. I'm on lunch break. So just a quick um lunch break thought on RHOA. I think I agree completely with everything everyone has said. Firstly, in terms of Portia, I'm so tired of seeing Simon and Portia news every single day that I wake up. I think they should just go ahead and get rid of her contract and let that play out in the media, because honestly, at this point, we already have all of Portia's story. I don't really know what more we're going to get. Is she going to film in a park on the side of the road? I don't really know, because she's not filming in her car or the house. Um, and then on Phaedra, I really think that is also a bit of a miss. Phaedra, like we said, Phaedra really didn't give us anything in Married to Medicine. I really think the production is trying to throw something at the wall and see if it sticks. But yeah, I really don't know what do they think Phaedra is going to bring. I think we should just look at bringing in a whole bunch of new ladies and an anchor. Like, bring back Nene, guys. I'm literally every day I say a little prayer for Nene and for Andy to sit down, because I need that. I really do.
I
But
don't
yeah.
think that's ever gonna happen. I think we
Mm-mm.
have to let. I agree. I think they do have a friend in Mises, but I mean it. I think, and it would be fascinating. You would have so much fourth wall breakage. What I think they should do also is Atlanta Legacy, And then like we could figure out like when Phaedra's there, Candy's not, and let Candy take a couple years off. Then we can let Phaedra take, do that, because I don't think that Candy will hold a grudge till the cows come home. I mean, it took 40 years for Escape to get back together. So I could, but I don't. I think that Andy will hold a grudge even longer, and I think the other powers that be are just like nope. And also, Nene is salary top heavy. I don't think Nene would come back for what Bravo would want her to come back for.
I do. I think she's gonna be real humble. But I mean, they've been litigious. That's the problem. But if any,
Yeah.
I hope to though. Honestly, Alex, you and I have talked about this. Like you said, it. If only. Of all the lawsuits, she's the one that's been the most publicly vocal about being willing to put down the sword. And I think that she genuinely, if she got a sincere apology and an olive branch of comeback, I think she certainly would. I wish they would.
I know
wish
it's
they would.
long
We
shots,
need
but
to get a petition, but I also, though, I wonder if the Nene that we know and love
right.
is gone.
We don't
That
like bitter
is
Nene.
of several noses ago.
And we
Like,
don't like bitter, mean Nene. We don't like cancer supporter, betrothed. I mean, that's not even a word, but you know what I mean. Like,
pink
we don't
Instagram
like.
tile.
Yes,
Yeah.
we don't like Nene when she's bitter and in a yucky place, ripping mic packs off pregnant people. Don't go in my closet. We don't breaking teeth and stuff.
you know what? Also, there was that. There was probably a lot of behind the scenes bad behavior that we were never privy to. Like, we never would have known about this whole Kenya thing if it had been a private event with just them.
Right.
And, she'd probably still be working today.
That's what a lot of people have said.
It might, yeah. So I think maybe because there's been public bad behavior and private bad behavior, and two, now also reality reckoning. Production also has a code of conduct where they're like, we're not going to have people around that have done this, that have done that. And, there could definitely have been a 3 strikes, you're out rule where it's like you've whooped your last ass. Because remember, Nene did say, I was smart enough, I might have beat somebody up, but I was smart enough not to do it on camera.
Exactly. Even though I lived for Jennifer Aiden getting the crap slapped out of her.
Mollywopped.
That was beautiful.
It was a reflex.
She knew it too. She knew it too when she knew it when they asked her, well, did you push her? I don't remember. I get out of here.
And I guess that's why they didn't have a long suspension and they were able to get back to filming.
Well, no, apparently another bout of violence happens subsequent to this first bop. And that's what got Danielle suspended.
Yep, because there was a picture
of Jennifer was here.
Hey,
I'm so sorry. Like the way that let me tell everybody, the way it comes up, there will be people in the background that I won't see, and I just look. Oh my God, Chris, how are you?
I'm great. I was just popping in, because I was just ordering my pizza. I'm just coming in for a few minutes. But yeah, shout out to everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Chris, what do you think about Phaedra potentially coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta?
I think it's desperation on Bravo's part. I also think it's just too much Phaedra. If she's going to be on Married to Medicine and Housewives of Atlanta, it's a lot. So,
yeah.
And they're probably going to bring her back on Traitors too, like just as a little guest appearance. It's just a lot of Phaedra. I mean, I get it, but Bravo's desperate. They need to make it work because it's one of their, highlighted shows. So,
and their black flagship, where if I will also say we will not allow Bravo to not have Atlanta because none of their other black shows stick. So they're gonna have to make it work. But Chris, I'm so glad that you're here because I wanted to say this. This with Phaedra is the ultimate. Now check that to Kenya.
Yeah.
It's kind of sort of, yeah.
Especially because Married to Medicine is already filmed, hasn't it?
Well, speaking of which, I guess I could say it on here. I'm supposed to be on Heavenly's channel tomorrow. So
yay!
we just gotta see.
Congratulations, Chris.
Thanks. We just gotta work it out. The reason why she canceled on me last time is because they went on the cash trip. So they already did the cash trip. I can't say where it is, but I think they're on this one. I don't know.
Wow.
I'm on there tomorrow. So I might be on there tomorrow, but I'm scheduled tomorrow. So I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time.
All right. Well, let me know, and I will definitely post about it here. And everybody tune in. Subscribe to Chris's channel, C Diggy One on YouTube, and he'll be posting about it tomorrow. Exactly what time it is. So make sure you check that out because I know it's going to be good. I can't wait to see it.
I'm kind of nervous. I already have my questions, so
she's
I love
nice.
Yeah, but I talk about her so much. I feel bad. Like I have to let her know that I call her Dr. Demon the dentist. Like I have to let her know that.
She is going to
I want to see you let her know that. Oh my goodness.
Laugh. She's gonna laugh. And that's shade. That's so shade that you have to let her know. You just have to tell her to her face on live. Shade, Heifer. Shade.
I mean,
if I could go on her show, I'm sure you will be fine.
Okay.
I've called her everything but a child of God. I've called her a water buffalo.
Oh, wow. You sure have.
Also, just to add to Chris's point, I totally agree. And to Alex's point, I totally agree. Phaedra did have the last laugh because if you think about it, Kenya's business is coming to an end while Phaedra's evil empire is still thriving. We don't know what she's doing in Dubai, what she's selling in Dubai. Her shady advocacy is still ongoing. She's still a member of the bar. So yeah, Phaedra got the last laugh. But it does not make any sense for her to be anywhere near any television in this climate, especially. This is the woman that almost got someone that almost trumped up rape charges on Candy. I know it's been 6 years, but evil does not fade. So
I still can't understand for the life of me why Kenya would pull a stunt like that. You're a mother. Why? Why would you do that?
And as we've seen with Evelyn, like the slut shaming is late. Like
yes,
it's gonna blow
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I love the collective groan on Twitter. And it's 1987. That was the year you were born, wasn't it, Chris?
I appreciate that, but I was born in 1985.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're trying to make me younger. I get it,
I'm so old. I know you're younger than me, but I just forget how much younger. But really, it's like that could be our younger sibling. That's how old that charge is. That charge could have children. That charge has a 401k and back problems. That charge is old enough to run for president.
You're right.
My God, Evelyn, like, get something going on with your life other than selling these little whorish bodysuits. Your daughter got pregnant by the game. I would be in church lighting a blue candle over that because you clearly didn't teach your daughter the game.
Did you just say light a blue candle?
Yes. It's a special prayer for when someone's died. And you know what's died? Her dream of her daughter making a right choice. She needs to pray for it.
She's going to be the grandmama to the games.
Oh my God, the grandmama. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to call her because I don't like the term grandmother for her because ain't nothing grand about her. Now, my grandmother was grand. That heifer, I mean, you saw how she raised Lex Cheese Shanice when Jennifer let the shit spill that the heifer was paying the bills while Evelyn was out turning tricks. And then look at what Shanice did. She has no job in sight and pregnant by the game. What does she do?
Well, I need to watch this episode. I didn't know. I thought it comes on Mondays or Sundays.
Monday.
Okay, like the days have been gelled against each other because I've been gone since Wednesday, so I have a lot of stuff to do.
Oh, that's right. You were enjoying New Orleans and all the people that were there.
Yeah, shout out to Bondi. Shout out to Funky Deneva as well.
Yes.
And shout out to Mims. Make it make sense. I saw him last night. We hung out at the casino.
Oh, that's cool.
About you.
Oh, yeah, damn. Yeah, I enjoy him.
He is so cool. That was our first time hanging out. I didn't even know he was in New Orleans. Like, I was going to this bar with some friends, and like he just yelled at me from behind. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know he was here. Hopefully I could collab with him. He's really cool.
Good. Well, this has been a fabulous little evening hot topics. Did anything else of note happen today? Anything else we want to discuss while we are all together?
Also, Chris, what time are you going live with Heavenly? I'll be there.
It's still to be determined, but it will probably be between 6 and 8. But any of those times, it could be 6, 7, or 8. But I need that confirmation in the morning. So.
And
we already
Eastern
talked.
Standard.
Somebody said Angela Simmons. Oh, wait, what'd you say, Chris?
Oh, Eastern time.
Okay. Somebody said Angela Simmons and her Oreos. We already roasted those. And I mean, that was just one, you're selling cake mix, but it looks like you're in an Oreo commercial. Like, if you weren't you, I would want a cookie. But that honestly is just keeping me on my summer diet. Looking at you with those Oreos makes me want a salad.
It was given food fetish, you know? Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. Oh, God. That's even more nauseating.
Right.
My favorite insult about her so far is she has the sex appeal of a potato.
I was thinking a carrot, but you know, potato.
Well, a carrot still is too phallic. It's too like a carrot. You know what you can do with a carrot. A potato, you can't do nothing with that.
You're right. Maybe a Brussels sprout. Someone reminded me in the chat. You know, I went to see Janet Jackson on Sunday.
Chris, why did you do that? Chris, why?
I just wanted to say my experience.
Go ahead. He said the mic was on.
I was shocked. Like, I was like, wait a minute. That's her singing. I was like, I was impressed. And also I was impressed by her doing all those numbers in a full pantsuit and blazer. Like, she was covered from neck to toe. And you know what? I was saying this on my live because I did a quick one earlier. It just made me uncomfortable, kind of like the audience, because it kind of took me out the fantasy of her dancing like that. Oh God, here you go. Well, it took me out the fantasy because she was making me hot just looking at her. Her dancers were like they were hot. At one point, her dancers were like, when he did like a quick spin, the sweat flew in Janet's face.
Oh,
She played it off, but I was like, I know they hot up there. It was like, ugh, like you could see the sweat fling in her face.
That's intense. That's intense.
Yeah, but I thought it was a good show. I thought SWV was the standout of the evening. Like, that's just my opinion. I'm not sure who went to Essence that night in the chat, but they had the audience to their feet. They were singing and performing like the rent was due tomorrow. So I think I want to go to the SWV Escape show now because of that performance.
Wow. I mean, I saw that clip of Candy missing the note, so it made me want to stay home.
Well, I was telling Brooke earlier today, shout out to Brooke Ashley, that I wanted her to go to the event with me, but she was like, she's not really a fan like that. But I was like, well, there's SWV, there's 702 and Maya. So that would get me in the seats. Escape, they cute. They cute. I'll go see them too, but I'm there for SWV, Maya, and 702.
I do like 702.
Yeah.
I never got to see who I know one of the girls sadly passed.
She passed, so her and her twin, but it's
Yeah,
just,
I loved 702. So who do they have singing? Is it just the two now?
yeah, it's Misha and oh my God, y'all gotta help me in the chat or somebody here. I forgot the other one.
Misha and Mila.
Yes. They were
They couldn't
singing
get
now.
another girl for the harmonies.
The girl, like I saw them perform on the Tamron Hall show, and Mila was like blowing, like she still
Mila
got,
can still sing.
yeah, but Misha was harmonizing too, though.
Okay, 'cause I love Star. I love that album that nobody. Whenever it's an album nobody buys, that's the one when I'm like, they are in their groove. They're doing their best work, and everybody's looking at me like, "Girl, you still into them?" Mm.
I don't know why when you said Star, I thought of Those Girls.
Oh, because the show by the same name.
One of the girls was on my flight from Empire. The one who, oh man, she had that "Look at My Body" song.
Oh my God,
She's on the
Soraya.
same flight as me, yeah.
Soraya, she performed there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh my God. I am so, I should have gone. I would have been like, I know you don't know me. She would have been like, yeah, you were like the one of the 8 people that reviewed my show. You weren't nice, but hello. Well, I didn't say anything about their acting. Well, anyway, I might have said something about their acting. I mean, it's me. It's a roasting show. I didn't go off on her specifically, though. More the writing, I would say. More the writing. More on Sissy Daniels.
Oh, I can't wait for your review on Divorce in the Black. It's coming out this week. I'll be looking out for it.
On Amazon?
Yeah, on Amazon, yes.
Well, I accidentally paid for it this month, so I guess I'm gonna watch it, recoup that money. I meant to cancel it because I've been going to the grocery store, and now I'm like, okay, now I'm not gonna go to the grocery store. I'll just go there. I'm not looking forward to it.
Oh, well, I'm just looking forward to you, like, just, you know.
Well, I cannot, like, I know, like, this is that movie where you know something that's going to happen that's going to make me go insane, right?
Yeah. I know.
That's why he's looking forward to it.
I mean, Alex is the reason why I actually watched that movie called The Read with Monique, and you said she kept running.
God.
I was too busy laughing because the way you acted it out, yeah, they were running like that for a good 30 minutes.
Oh, wait, when I had to get up.
Yeah.
When I have to get up and reenact, you know it's real. You know it's real. When I'm like, okay, look, we got to move the desk for this. But they really were. I will say, you know what, though? I am in love with these, like, Netflix, like Tyler Perry movies, because do you know what they are? They are our generation's or this time period's version of movies of the week. We used to have movies of the week that would come on ABC or NBC, and they would unite us all. They were either movies or miniseries. And you would like they might have a repeat on Saturday. You would watch them, and you would you would have a friend. What is in my mouth? It's so fascinating. Or you would have a friend that would tape it, and you would catch up. But these movies are now the new miniseries that reunite us. The new Lifetime movies.
Like Not Without My Daughter.
Oh my God! Yes. Or that movie with the mother and the daughter, and the daughter's being like 15.
Mother, May I Sleep with Danger or something like that.
Yes, Mother,
Look
May.
at Tori
Anything
spelling.
with Meredith Baxter Burney.
Yeah.
Anything with a fired cast from 90210 was like the golden age of Lifetime.
Shannon Doherty and Tori Spelling's career.
Mm-hmm.
Those shows were those movies. Oh my goodness.
Lisa Rinna was in a couple. I didn't watch them, but she was.
Yeah, always is the mistress.
Mm-hmm. And she was, well, yeah, and then she was in one with her husband.
Oh, that's right. That's probably how they met. Because he was with Ursula Andrews, and then he got with her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, Death of a Cheerleader. I remember that one. Then there was, well, this was a feature film, but Single White Female.
Oh, I love that movie.
What about The Hand That Rocks the Cradle?
Yes! Oh, yes! Oh my God! Feature film, but peak that fucking era. Where is Rebecca De Mornay? That heifer disappeared. She made her money and cashed out. Can't find her nowhere.
She made a really terrible horror movie with Misha Barton. It was awful. I saw it on YouTube when I got bored.
Misha Barton. Don't give me that name one more time. Talk about Waking the Dead.
I mean, you asked where she was. I was just answering the question.
Now, Michelle Pfeiffer has come back, and I don't know who did her face, but ooh, she looked good. Age appropriate good. Where it's like, it's good maintenance work, but it's like good.
Whatever she's done it well.
But, she's just beautiful.
Oh God, yes, Chris. Hand That Rocks the Cradle. You are on it.
I've never seen it as an adult.
Me neither. Remember it?
I haven't either. Oh my God. Wait, I have to write this down. That is the perfect title for like a movie series. I never saw that as an adult. Movies, I never saw that as an adult. Movies from the 90s that we never saw as an adult, but like we've seen like bits and clips over all these years.
Someone says Sleeping with the Enemy.
Oh, yes. Oh my God, that movie. That was like, for me, I didn't like horror movies, but I liked scary movies like that. That scared the crap out of me.
Quintessential thriller.
Yes.
Yeah. That is a thriller. That's what they had, thrillers.
Yes.
There was there was another one, probably a few years before that, with Harrison Ford. And this is a great movie. I watched it with my grandparents in the middle of the day on a Saturday in like either the very early 90s or the very late 80s. Frantic.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it.
Me neither.
It is, if you probably haven't, it's really like, it's like an 89 or like a 93 movie. It's a thriller. So it's not suspense, but it's not horror. So you could watch it too, Aaron. It is good. It is a good mystery. You are on the edge of your seat till the end. I think Jodie Foster is in it.
Oh.
I loved Sleeping with the Enemy. Still to this day, I will stop what I'm doing just to watch it. I love it.
Yeah, I've never seen it as an adult.
See, Chris, who hurt you? I mean, you've never seen the Never Ending Story 2.
Thank you.
I know,
Oh,
right? I
I
have
have
that.
good one.
But I've seen Sleeping with the Enemy. I just don't like. I remember all the parts. I just don't remember. I've never seen it through an adult lens.
Yes, right. Because we were so young when it came out. Like,
And you know,
go
go
on,
ahead.
Erin.
I was just saying, maybe that's okay though. There are some things that don't age well and they don't need to be ruined. Because I remember when I watched that movie as a child, that when the towels were in the right, when the cabinet, you know what I mean? Like, it had me so freaked out. And I just, if it's not the same now, I don't need to see it.
I used to jump every time he would play that symphony and you knew he was around the corner.
Yeah.
Here's another great movie from that era. The Pelican Brief.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Set in New Orleans.
I saw it as a kid, but I don't remember.
I saw it a couple of times as a kid. Loved Denzel Washington. Julia Roberts was in everything at the time.
Oh,
and
I love Julia Roberts back.
I enjoyed it very much. Also The Client with Susan Sarandon, like all of the John Grisham movies of that era.
That is my movie, The Client. That is my film.
I never saw it in entirety because like we had HBO, so it was movies that would like just be on. So you would see like parts of them, but like you never caught all of it. Like you'd see it in like different sections, but there'd still be like 5 minutes of that movie you never saw because this is before DVR and all that.
So
we watched The Hunt for the Red October forever, and The
oh
Fugitive.
God, that was all the gone.
and The Fugitive. Anyway,
yes,
go ahead.
that was all. And if it wasn't on HBO, then it was on TNT and TBS. They, oh my God, they made so much money off that fucking movie. They played that. Oh Lord, they played it.
I remember there's an 80s and 90s actress, just while we're talking about them, I was obsessed with her. Her name is Gina Davis, and I love The Long Kiss Goodnight with Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh yeah!
Oh, I love it.
That was pre-Kill Bill.
That was
that's a deep cut there.
Oh my God, yes. Oh,
she had the bleach blonde short hair.
Yeah,
I love her from Beetlejuice.
Same.
Is a class. I mean, yes.
She's in a show now about like where she's like a demon and she was a person, but then she gets possessed or lets the demon. But yeah, she's still working.
I love her so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
So
Gina Davis. Oh yeah.
I need to actually buy that movie off Amazon or something, just while I'm thinking about it. Does anybody know in the chat or here, like, is it on streaming at all?
I'll check right now.
I have not seen that one. You really did pull one up out of the pop.
It's on Amazon Prime from $3.59.
Okay, I'll pay for that.
You can buy it for $4.99 in HD.
Gina Davis was that girl.
She was Thelma and Louise. What was the one?
A League of Their Own.
Oh God, yes. And
back when Rosie O'Donnell acted.
And Madonna.
She didn't act, but she was in it.
That's true. That's so true.
Immediately. She didn't act.
I'm sorry. I'm still into. I like Madonna, not her new stuff, but I don't know. I feel sorry for her now.
That is what everybody says. I like, but not her new stuff now.
I mean, I'm still on her rail.
You could have stopped at Confessions, quiet as kept.
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna stop at Ray of Light. That was my all-time favorite album by Madonna.
Mine too, actually, to be honest with you. And Desperately Seeking Susan is a solid '80s movie I enjoy, where Madonna played herself, and it was good.
I had
herself.
Well, no, she didn't, but like it was a very a
version of herself.
Yes,
like a pre-fame version of herself.
Exactly.
I had
Mariah Carey and Glitter.
Yeah.
But more endearing. what was she in Face Off? I'm not sure. I'm thinking of other movies of that cozy era. Oh my goodness.
What about True Romance?
I remember it, but I don't think I watched that one.
I mean, what we
Okay.
Ooh, Shelley Long in Hello Again, a movie
I
that I
love
only
that
saw.
movie.
Oh, it only came on the USA Network.
also the actresses in that era, Jamie Lee Curtis in True Lies, like she was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw True Lies in its
So
entirety.
good.
Yep,
It is. It's really good.
it is.
Oh my God, big business. Big business. And then what? Oh, An Outrageous Fortune.
You know what I watched that Grease 2 was this weird thing that we watched at my house more than we even saw Grease.
I'm gonna.
You have that our weird movie. Feel like every house has a movie that you're like, really, y'all watch that?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're like, why? Why? I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer was in it, but you know.
Well, like I could kind of see it. I
don't know. It's not one I would watch as an adult now, probably. Actually,
I just watched it because the guy in it was cute.
Our movie was Xanadu.
Yes.
Xanadu was a staple in my house, and I know all the lyrics. I can do Xanadu. It's amazing.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun was a staple in our house.
That was a movie?
Yep, that was a movie. It starred
Sarah
Jessica Parker. Yep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's a true 80s movie.
Oh,
so.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of movies of that era, I will be reviewing one of my favorite movies from that era that was like locked away in the vault forever, but is now on Tubi for free to watch. The Clock Watchers with Toni Collette, Parker Posey, and Lisa Kudrow. It is this crazy movie about temps in this office. Is it Seth Green? No, Jamie Kennedy is also in it. And yeah, it's a crazy movie, but it's quite good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of that one.
It's like one of those 90s art house movies that like didn't get too much of a wide release, but like cult classic. Like it was it was one of those movies that like it was always in the 99-cent DVD bin, and then they stopped making DVDs.
That reminds me of this movie that I like because I was a geek since single digits, like Drop Dead Fred. You remember that one?
I like that
one.
Drop Dead Fred.
Oh, yes.
And, what was that movie? Was it Heart and Souls with Alfred Woodard with that guy that could talk to the dead people? And there was the bus, and he had to help. Kira Sedgwick was in it too, and he had to help all of them get their last thing done so they could move on.
I remember that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one, was an absolute staple in our house.
The Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yes.
It was terrible. I saw that.
That was.
I was like, oh my God.
No, I'm sorry. It is a cult classic. It is a good movie.
For the wrong reasons.
What is wrong?
John Leguizamo. I mean, was this before or after To Wong Fu?
This was before.
Yeah.
Before To Wong. Okay.
Yeah, it was before. And yeah, it was awful.
I saw To Wong Fu actually last week as an adult, and they all deserve Oscar nominations. Like, it's crazy that movie was even made in that time.
God rest Patrick Swayze's soul. He was hilarious in that movie.
Yeah. Oh God, Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Basic Instinct.
Fatal Attraction.
Wait, I didn't.
Oh, Basic Instinct. Oh yeah, there was a whole thing.
Okay, that is a great question. Are you a Fatal Attraction person or Basic Instinct? If you have to pick one.
Fatal Attraction.
Fatal Attraction. Sorry, I love Michael Douglas.
It's a really misogynistic trope now, but it's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
And Glenn Close was so good.
She honestly, I was terrified of her for the longest after I saw her in that film, because everything she did, I was like, you couldn't tell that this wench was crazy. You couldn't tell. I mean, it was, I love that movie. And Dolores Claiborne, too, is my favorite.
That
I love.
sounds so familiar. Who started?
I love Kathy Bates.
Jennifer Jason Leigh. And you
Yep.
don't hear anymore. Disappeared in the 90s. Because Jennifer Jason Leigh was in
Single White Female.
When who was the other one?
Jane Fonda.
Bridget Fonda.
No, Bridget Fonda. Yep. Bridget Fonda. There we go.
Where the fuck are they?
Bridget Fonda, she purposefully stopped acting, and she's married to the lead singer of Oingo Boingo.
Wow.
Yeah, she doesn't act anymore. She's virtually unrecognizable because she has gained a whole lot of weight. You have to do a double take.
I saw a picture of her. Ooh.
Jennifer Jason Leigh does still act because she was on the series Fargo.
Okay, yeah, she does. Because she was like everywhere. But that's also like, that was the era of white women. That was the era of white women.
And thin-lipped, plain white women.
But that's when white women were white womening. They weren't trying to be black. They were enjoying being
Helen Hunt.
Yes.
You
just want a dishwater blonde with no lips. That was what was good acting. Think about it.
Nikki Kidman.
There's another one,
what's really funny?
Shades of pretty.
You want to know what's funny about Nicole Kidman, and I laugh every single time I think about this? Her divorce from Tom was the best thing that ever happened to her because her career skyrocketed, and where is he now?
Well,
just saying.
Like Tom Cruise still got like one of the biggest movies ever with that.
I was gonna say, aren't they doing a Top Gun 3? Aren't they doing another one right now?
Yeah. They're doing a Top Gun 3.
But let's not act like he's really doing anything with his career.
Right. He just like comes and go with the movie.
It's
back into obscurity.
These aren't meaningful movies they're giving him. His face can't act anymore.
True.
He's a coot action star. Like that body's gonna give away any minute now. Ask Brendan Fraser. No, because Brendan talked about like how doing those stunts and things wears on the body, and he loves to do all that stuff himself. And I'm like, girl, I hope your shit don't snap, because you keep doing that, you will eventually have an accident. I think
Scientology is funding all of his bionics at this point.
Yeah.
He is like one of the highest folks there. So Coot was right when you said that.
Well, that's because he doesn't make big budget films. He purposefully, and he said this out his own mouth, makes films that are Scientology based.
Oh God.
I don't know why, but he does. He doesn't do big budget films.
Well, we know he's like one of the highest level Scientology people. That's why.
Right, but he only makes movies that are like Scientology based. Like
I just heard. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Alex.
Oh no, Scientology based. Like Top Gun is Scientology based?
No, I think he did Top Gun to try to put himself back out there, but with all the up and coming new talent. Well, first of all, I didn't like the first Top Gun, to be really honest with you. I always fell asleep halfway through it. And I think, like I said, because of the nostalgia and every film that was getting a reboot and then the old actors were coming back, I think once it got to Top Gun, we were pretty much like, okay. And also, too, I don't think people can really forgive Tom for saying that if you are a woman and if you have PPD, don't take medication, go play a sport.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, he said that. He said he doesn't believe in mental health because Scientology doesn't believe in it.
And you need all the mental health you can get, couch jumper.
And that's why actually Nicole Kidman, I think she filed for divorce because she was severely depressed when she was with him, and she wanted to go on medication and he wouldn't let her.
No, Tom did.
Okay.
It was right after she had a miscarriage, and he put out a public statement saying Nicole knows why. And then the rumor was that it was because she was pregnant with someone else's child. We could tumble down a rabbit hole of this one. I will say, I did like Highway to the Danger Zone. First Top Gun is a classic.
I've never seen any of them.
Me either. I just wasn't interested.
I feel like it's in the pop culture pantheon, but I'm not running to see the third installment.
I mean, once I didn't see enough of Val Kilmer in the first one, I was done.
Val Kilmer can't talk anymore.
I know.
What?
Yeah, he had some. Did he have throat cancer?
God. Oh, that reminds me. I need to watch that new Willow.
Yes, me too.
It's good. It's on Amazon. It's really good.
Okay, good. Now I'm glad I accidentally paid for it.
But what happened was they told him he had throat cancer. And then when they went and did the surgery, come to find out they misdiagnosed. He didn't have throat cancer. So that's why he can't talk. So no, he didn't have it. The same thing with Michael Douglas. They said he had throat cancer. He got a second opinion before they did any surgery, and they were like, you don't have throat cancer.
Wow.
So that's what happened to Val Kilmer. So no, he cannot talk because of it.
I'm going to Google that because that is just such a fascinating story. I've never heard of that.
They did like a documentary for Val Kilmer, Chris, like where the whole journey of losing his ability to talk and stuff.
That's also on Amazon. He did his own biography. So yeah, that's on Amazon as well. I couldn't watch it. It was too sad because it just broke my heart because he was such a big staple in my childhood. I couldn't.
For me,
he was hot with tuberculosis. I couldn't lie. When he was in Tombstone.
Child, he was hot in The Doors when he played Jim Morrison.
He was hot in Willow. Yes. He was hot in Willow, and he was hot in The Doors because I remember the posters of him as Jim Morrison. And I was like, I wanted to ask for one, but I knew I was like, I'm not getting this.
My mom got one for her birthday because she's a huge Doors fan. And that was one of the films in my house I was never allowed to watch. I had to sneak and crawl on the floor to watch it. I was never allowed to watch it as a kid.
I snuck and watched Waiting to Exhale.
Oh, it was okay for me to watch that.
I snuck to watch Legends of the Fall in the movie theater. I paid a ticket for one film, and then I just went for a beeline to Legends of the Fall.
I think my mom really related to Angela Bassett's storyline because I think she wanted to do the same thing. So, yeah.
I think a lot of women have related to Angela's storyline and wanted to do the same thing. Classic moment that stands the test of time.
Her husband was such a bastard in the movie. Like, how are you going to take all the money out and then really? But you can keep. But you can keep the house. You can also give me the money so I can keep the mortgage going too.
You know the mortgage is $5,000 a month. And I'm sorry, back then a $5,000 a month mortgage, Jesus. Because now, let's see, now for $5,000 a month, you're doing about $800,000. Interest rates were high back then, but they didn't have nothing in Arizona. Nobody's $800,000.
But I do recommend the film True Romance because there were so many celebrities in that film that are now A-listers. It's hilarious to go back and watch it because now you can spot them. Like Sam Jackson was in it. He had a small role. Brad Pitt was in it. He played a stoner. That was funny. Michael Rappaport, Val Kilmer, Gary Oldman, Christopher Walken. There are so many celebrities in that movie. So many.
A true romance. Okay.
Mhm. And that starred Patricia Arquette and Christian Slater.
Oh, I've heard
like
of
throwback names.
Really?
I enjoyed this rabbit hole.
Yes. Well, and on that note, everybody tell the people where they can find you online.
You guys can check me out on Instagram at psychic_ELB. If you'd like to get a psychic rating, just hit me up in the DMs and let me know you're a Biffa, and I'll give you the friends and family discount. You can also catch me on Ray Ray All Days channel, where we are humbly doing a little review, Chris, of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars. Yes, but we are avid watchers of the panel. Shout out to your spot there. I enjoy it very much.
Thank you.
And that's it. And Alex's occasional emotional support animal on the live.
You can't find me anywhere except for Instagram. I like being a nobody, because therefore I don't have to do an apology video. So you can only just find me on Instagram, but that's it.
Yeah. Of course, y'all can find me CDiggy1 on YouTube, Instagram, as well as Twitter. And yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we get this heavenly interview that was supposed to have been happening. But yeah, I'll keep y'all posted.
All righty. And on that note, we will see y'all soon for some.